Welcome to the Explainer. So, you're trying to figure out Spanish bureaucracy, right? Yeah, we've all felt that absolute panic, the endless hunting for a cita previa, the whole shebang. It literally feels like a giant maze. But hey, it really doesn't have to be. Today, we're cutting out all the fluff. We're going to give you a totally BS-free, super practical directory of the essential Spanish immigration X forms. Let's just dive right into exactly what you need to know. Okay, so here's our quick agenda for today. We'll cover the essential EX forms, go through a top 7 directory, talk about language and cost facts, look at the big 2025 form changes, and finish up with some final informational guidance. Section 1, Essential Spanish EX forms. Right off the bat, here's the golden rule of Spanish immigration. Literally, every single procedure needs a specific official form. And they all use this EX code system. Right now, there are 27 active forms in the general catalog, running from EX-00 all the way up to EX-32. And honestly, that's just the active ones. That doesn't even count the ones they've tossed out over the years. But hey, take a deep breath. You absolutely do not need to memorize 27 forms. You just need to find the one magic form for your specific situation. Moving on to Section 2, the top 7 forms directory. Let's break down the 7 most searched forms you're actually going to use. First up is EX-00, which is the authorization for a long-term stay. You're grabbing this one if you're doing higher studies, some specialized training, or long-term voluntary work. Then we have the incredibly popular EX-01, the temporary non-lucrative residence authorization. This is the big one for living in Spain without working, strictly using your own funds. Retirees use this one all the time. Next is EX-10. This is the residence authorization for exceptional circumstances. Basically, this is your key for arraigo, whether that's social, family, second chance, you name it. And finally, for this batch, we've got EX-11, which is the long-term or long-term EU residence authorization. That's the one you want when you're finally claiming permanent residence after 5 continuous years of living there legally. It's a great milestone to hit. Okay, let's keep this directory rolling because here is where so many expats get tripped up. The difference between EX-15 and EX-17. Listen closely. EX-15 is the NIE and certificates form. You use this strictly to apply for your actual form and identity number, your NIE. But EX-17, that is the application for the foreigner identity card. You only use EX-17 when your residency permit is already granted and you're just requesting the physical plastic tie card. 2 totally different steps, 2 totally different forms. And to round out our top 7, we have EX-19, the EU Citizen Family Member Residence Card. You'll need this one if you fall under the EU regime, meaning you're a family member of a citizen from another EU or EEA country or Switzerland. Section 3, Language and Cost Facts. All right, time for a bit of a reality check. These forms exist only in Spanish. I'm serious. No official English versions exist anywhere. Spain's Ministry of Inclusion does not publish them in English or any other language for that matter. The official PDF is 100% Spanish. So if your Spanish isn't quite fluent yet, you, a professional translator, or maybe a really nice friend are going to have to sit down and navigate the whole thing in Spanish. And here is a super crucial point to protect your wallet. Please, ignore the cottage industry of third-party websites out there trying to charge you to, quote-unquote, fill in or deliver these PDFs. It's ridiculous. These documents are completely free to download directly from the official government site, inclusion.gov.es. There is literally no reason to pay some random middleman for a blank government form. When it comes to actually filling out the paperwork, the system is pretty flexible. You don't have to show up in person just to fill the form out. You can do it sitting on your couch at home or have a representative do it for you, like a gestor or a lawyer. But just keep in mind, while the form itself is just a PDF, the actual procedure, like getting fingerprinted for your tie card, will definitely require you to physically go down to the police station or immigration office. Section 4, the 2025 form changes. I need to put out a huge high alert warning right here. Bureaucracy is always evolving, right? Well, the landscape of these forms just went through a massive earthquake. The RD 1155 2024 reform officially took effect on May 20, 2025. Because of this sweeping reform, the catalog of AX forms has seen some major changes that you absolutely have to know about before you submit a single thing. You basically need to wipe these old codes completely from your memory. EX-05, EX-08, EX-12, EX-14, EX-27, and EX-30. They are gone. abolished or totally merged into other forms. Like the old EX-12 work authorization form, it just doesn't exist on its own anymore. It got folded into the current EX-03 form. So if you're Googling around and you download a PDF that has one of these abolished codes at the top, it's totally outdated. Trash it immediately. If you use it, your application is going to get rejected and you'll be sent straight back to square one. Nobody wants that. Section 5. Final informational guidance. Let's wrap this up with some safe next steps. If you take literally just one thing away from this explainer, make it this. Always, always navigate directly to the Ministry of Inclusion's official website. That's inclusion.gov.es. Once you're there, look for the Modelos Generales section, which just means general forms. That is the one and only place you should ever be downloading your guaranteed, free, up-to-date PDFs. Now, before you head off to conquer your paperwork, here is our mandatory reminder. What we've covered today is informational guidance, not legal advice. Everyone's immigration journey is like a giant, unique puzzle, so please always verify your specific steps on the ministry's official site. They actually have detailed guides for every single procedure right there to help you out. But hey, armed with this knowledge, you are no longer at the mercy of sketchy third-party sites or outdated PDFs. You've got this. So, with the bureaucracy finally decoded, which X form are you going to conquer first?
That was a quick overview. On our website you'll find step-by-step guides to many procedures, the Padrón, the health card, the NIE, the TIE, legalization, and more. The link is in the description. And if you get stuck, message our Telegram bot. We'll walk you through for free, step by step.